The BBC's A Word is back for a third series, but just how accurate is it? Hey guys, thanks for joining me, Carl here. Now I wanted to bring you a review of the BBC's A Word Series 3. Not as someone that watches movies or TV shows and tells you what I actually thought of them, but as a parent of twin boys with autism. The BBC's A Word is currently on episode 5 at the moment, so if you are halfway through or you haven't watched the A Word yet, continue watching this video. It's absolutely fine. There's no spoilers at all in this video. Life can be hard sometimes. You decide to start a family, and certainly in our case, twins came from nowhere because as far as we're aware, twins have never existed in past generations of our family. But you never expect your children to be different than any other child. We had twin boys back in 2010, and I suppose looking back, we always knew something probably wasn't quite right. We had our first child in 2006 and she was well ahead with walking and speech. So I suppose if you compare the two, we always knew that something probably wasn't quite right. We just always thought they would catch up. One would say his name, the other would kick a ball and go goal, which looking back is really good because at the age of 3 this all stopped. They got diagnosed with autism and global development delay. They are now 10 years old and they are such happy, lovely boys, but extremely hard work because they are non-verbal and they have no awareness of any dangers around them. Now the autistic spectrum is such a wide range. You can have geniuses, you can have some children or adults that don't like noise, and you've also got children and adults that have to do things a certain way every single day. I actually find it quite tough at times because autism is an invisible disability, and certainly personally for us when we're out and about or going around the shops, people will tend to stare at you in the street, which makes life just more difficult for us. For those of you that had never heard of the A Word is a series here in the UK and it focuses on a family struggle bringing up a boy with autism called Joe, played by Max Vento. Now Joe really does struggle in life because of his autism, but he's actually quite clever too. And he wears these headphones playing music off a mobile phone, and boy does he know the words to these songs. I'm actually trying headphones at the moment on my twin boys. I'm trying noise cancelling ones, and I'm also trying normal headphones that play music as well. It's a hit and miss at the moment. They tend to sort of like take them off and say, nah, you can have them back. You know, but I will keep trying. Now before we talk about series 3 of the A Word, I just want to do a short recap of series 1 and series 2 of the A Word. Now if you haven't seen either of those series, you can continue watching this video because I promise I won't give anything away. And at the end I'll give you my popcorn rating of what I thought of both series. The A Word is currently in its 3rd series, and me personally I actually thought the A Word is getting better and better as it goes on. The whole complete series was written by Peter Boker, and series 1 was first aired in 2016, and we saw how Joe was first diagnosed with autism. I thought the series was watchable, it was okay, but maybe for me personally it was a little bit too close to me getting my boys diagnosed with autism, but it's certainly watchable. There were 6 episodes and I'm going to give the A Word series 1 a 3 out of 5 popcorns. Series 2 of the A Word was aired in 2017, a year later, and we saw how Joe was struggling with school life. Mum Alison, played by Maureen Christie, I hope I've got her name right, apologies if I haven't, and Dad Paul, played by Lee Ingleby, thought that another school would suit Joe's needs better. The trouble is this school was over 100 miles away, which would put a strain on their marriage. I thought this series was a lot better. And there were 6 episodes, and I'm going to give series 2 of the A Word a 4 out of 5 popcorns. Series 3 of the A Word is set 2 years after series 2, and Joe is now 10 and settling into school nicely. But sadly Joe's parents have decided to go their own separate ways. Dad Paul is still living in the Lake District while Mum Alison has moved to Manchester, and this has made life hard on all the family, including Joe. Also, Joe's older sister Molly, played by Rebecca Hughes, is expecting her first baby, and this is such confusing times for an autistic lad.
Here, there, just like that.
We split up. Well, it split him up too.
He loves you both, but we have changed and moved. And he's had to go with that.
I'm getting married.
He's getting married.
I like a dance.
I'm staying calm.
Good.
That's my way of saying I'm not calm.
Life doesn't always work out like you planned it.
I like you a lot.
I know I messed up, but this is going to be okay. I promise. One thing I can relate to from personal experience, which they have put in the show, is how supportive the teachers and school are. Heather, who is Joe's teacher, she works wonders with Joe and really does help him. Another part I can relate to, I think it was Dad Paul, he said sometimes it can actually be quite lonely. And I totally agree with this. The amount of times I've been driving home with the boys and asking them a question, just pausing for an answer which never comes. Series 3 of The A Word pretty much stars the same cast as Series 1 and 2, but with a few new faces. My favourite character has to be Maurice, played by Christopher Eccleston, who you might recognise as the 9th Doctor in Doctor Who. Such a talented actor. Maurice is Joe's granddad and he's so fit you might see him jogging around the hills of the glorious Lake District, but he's so funny too. And he just tells it as it is and he just tries to hold it all together. The series again focuses on the struggles in life for this family, but it's also hard for Joe too now because he's having to live in two places. The weekdays he stays with his mum in Manchester, while weekends he goes back to his dad's in the Lake District, and this has a massive effect on him. I should also mention that all three series stars Greg McHugh, who plays Eddie, who is Maurice's son. Overall, I think Series 3 is the better one, and I do think the cast do a really good job. Now, one thing I did say before the intro is how accurate is The A Word? Well, it's probably quite accurate. They have left out other struggles in the show, but then again, it is a TV show. There's 6 episodes in Series 3. I'm going to give The A Word Series 3 4 out of 5 popcorns. I feel it's getting better each time. It's definitely worth the watch. Guys, if you could like, subscribe, share this video if you can. It'd be absolutely amazing to support us. You don't have to, but there's plenty more videos to come. I've tried to do this review as a parent with twin boys with autism and global development delay. I really hope you like it. Please get in touch in them comments below if you have got children with autism or global development delay, or you know someone with autism or global development delay or learning difficulties, anything like that, any stories. And also, what did you think of The A Word as well? How accurate is it? Put in them comments below, or even if you just want to connect, all put in them comments. I'll get back to every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, take care.